What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Who is joining me today here? We got a super special guest. You guys know the man himself. Ash is here. Welcome, Ash, to the channel. First time ever. How you doing, bud?
Boozer, is it my first time here? Have I hogged all the collabs, bro?
You hogged it all, buddy. But
Oh my
I'm so
God.
glad I'm so glad you're here. Finally, we get a little bit of your time. Thank you so much for that, of course. But I wanted to ask you a very specific question, and I'm sure you can help me out on this because I am by far not an expert in this field of content. I wanted to ask you some spending tips, regrets, and just your overall experience on raid and spending in this game. Maybe I'll start you guys off with maybe some questions about shards, for example. What is your take on shards and how do you manage your spending? When do you spend? Is there better deals? Is there certain times you spend or load up on? Like what is it? Is it continual spending? Like
I love it. I love this. Something I know that you don't in this game and how to spend the amount of money. Dude, charts. I've been all over the map, man. I've been all over the map. Sometimes I would binge on certain events when I really wanted a champion. Other times I would hold myself to some sort of discipline when it comes to budgets regarding shards and everything else in the game. But now, 5 years after covering the game,
yeah.
I think as a creator, not that anybody's going to resonate with this at all in your audience, or not that many people at least, I always looked at it as like a business expense. Like, who cares? It's a business
True.
expense.
Yeah, true.
But I think that's indicative of lies that we all tell ourselves. Like we always think of something like, I'm not going to go to the movies, so there it is.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. Like I have nothing against. Obviously, to your credit, your credentials stand by themselves as the best free-to-play player in the world. But I also have nothing. I admire that play style, but people who it's time or money, which resources do you want to use?
100%. Yeah.
And so I think there's something to be said for mitigating some of the time expense of this game for by spending, especially if you look at it as a source of entertainment. The problem is this game has all the psychological tricks to make you spend more than you think you're spending.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? It can sneakily ramp up. I remember the first time I spent money on a mobile game, it was Clash of Clans back in 2011 or something. And I remember I spent like $5, and I remember thinking to myself, like, oh, this is a one-time thing. I'm just going to do it because it's going to help me a lot, and now look at me here, like a decade plus later, I'm spending quite more than that, so you have to be very careful. Like I could say that as kind of the North Star, the guiding principle here is even if you're going to spend in these games, try to set a budget. I recommend a weekly budget, even if it's a very small, and you can like roll it over or something because month is tough. These games are designed to make you forget how much you're spending, So I recommend small time frame budgets that are within whatever you pre-establish. That being said, for shards, I try to buy them if possible outside events. I'll use like a deal value calculator. If you've been playing long enough, you can kind of know what a good deal is and what a bad deal is. But I look for them outside events because in these events, especially from a spender's point of view, they're designed sometimes like a guaranteed champion event, right? They will specifically overprice and stagger the packs so that, if you spend everything like $200 or $300 in the shop, you'll get the guaranteed champion, but it's going to cost you a lot more than as to if you just picked and choose the predating month or two, if you just picked and choose like really good offers that came around. So you do have to take a little bit of a stockpile mentality and go after good offers, even if you don't necessarily need the shards. So this primal shards are the most acute example of that. I don't do prism shards.
Prism shards not too bad. The deals are not too bad, I think.
I know.
Not too bad.
But I'm really after Void and Mythicals on my account, like Void Legendaries.
For sure.
So it's more of what I'm targeting based on my account versus where the value is, so to speak.
Yeah.
But
you make a good point about you being so late in the game and how your spending really differs from obviously from somebody when you're first starting out. So you're targeting these high quality shards and all that just because your account really wants those specific champions, right? So do you have any like tips, I guess, for like spending, like starter spenders, I guess, or regrets? Starter spender regrets.
One of the best overall value. There's like some warrior circle packs that if you don't spend for a long time or if you never spend, you can get some like crazy, insane values out there. But that aside, I think it's $9.99 for a gem pack. It's still one of the best value offers out there, and then you can use those gems for masteries or however you see fit. Given where your account is, you're going to know your account best. But that's a $10 pack, and I forgot how many exactly gems you get, but it's a pretty good value there.
2140. Yeah, 2140.
Yes. Yeah. So I look for things like that. I look for once in a while, like especially in a clan, it depends on what you're into, but in the clan versus clan, I might buy some like a really good energy pack, or for a fusion or a fragment summon, I might know that I'm running really low on energy. I'm going to need something, so I'll keep my eye out. Or if there hasn't been a fusion or fragment summon in a while, I know one's likely to come up, so I might stockpile some energy and just not use it and just keep it in my inbox, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think that's mostly kind of what I'm looking for. But for me, they don't sell speed glyphs. I think they're like probably the most valuable thing in the game. I think they've only sold them once.
I think they did attach it maybe to like a speed set pack, maybe speed gear pack. I think I've seen it before, but yeah.
If they ever had that again, I would be tempted to buy, because it's just something that you never find, and it's something that's so scarce in this game, right?
Yeah.
I don't buy mythical skill tomes.
Oof.
I don't buy because they're so expensive. First of all, and I'd rather, if an event or a tournament has a mythical skill tome and I think I can get it, I'd rather spend my money on energy and get it that way,
right on,
versus just paying $40 for 3 tomes.
That's wild.
It's crazy, and
anything else you avoid? Anything else you avoid? Mythical tomes, you got?
Yeah, well, yeah, I avoid quite a bit, actually. Let me see what I have in my shop right now. I don't get like potion packs. I don't buy chicken packs or anything like that.
Right.
Because at this point I have enough. It's not hard for me to farm up. I have a lot of chickens saved up, basically, right?
Right.
So let's see. I don't buy a lot of like progression-y type packs. I don't buy skill tomes, as I mentioned. I have enough in the stockpile anyway. One big thing that I think is like one of the dirtier things in the game
okay.
is, like, I'm seeing what I have right now. I have like the Great Tome Pack Pass. Chained offers, I don't generally like at all.
Okay,
don't
really?
know what's coming next.
Oh, okay.
Are you familiar with those?
Yeah, they like it's kind of like bad, good, bad, really good, right? Like that's like the tier.
You just don't know.
But you don't know, right? You could ask around.
This is not chained offers when you don't know what the next offer is going to be. And then they have like escalating offers where you can see the offer but not how much they cost.
Oh, pack string. That's pack string, right?
Pack string.
Yeah, pack string.
Yes. They have all the tricks here.
So much to know.
Yeah. So I don't really buy many pack strings or chained packs.
Oh.
I like to just know the full value. And again, you can use a value calculator. I believe Ayumi Love has a good one, and Raid HQ has one, and Hell Hades probably has one as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like when in doubt, just look at the calculator. However, one thing that I did get trapped in is artifact sets. Like, this is a whale trap here, whale trap, right? Because they give you them usually, it's like a $40 or $50 value. They give it for like $29.99 per pack. They give you 5 refills, purchase limit per pack, and this is where you get into like the idea that you're going to min-max your account and compete with other whales or whomever, right?
Yep.
It's easy to get an edge when you're buying like righteous, speed, cruel, savage gear, lethal gear, whatever they're selling. Those are the ones that I've been tempted by, especially righteous and speed, because even though speed is somewhat mitigated with stone skin and whatnot, it still rules, it's still a massive factor, obviously.
You feel it too, that it's kind of mitigated, right? It is mitigated a little bit.
It is mitigated. I mean, it used to be, as you know, like the fastest arbiter wins,
Yeah.
Unless you had like
Hegemon or something. Yeah.
But now it's not quite like that. But speed is still so important. When you get to the end game, when everybody's got fully awakened mythicals every single match, and oftentimes fully empowered too, and that speed becomes very important, not just for your lead, but for your entire team. So it's easy for me to talk, well, in the past, it's been easy to talk myself into, like, I just need to get one, so you just focus on, sure, you're getting a full set, $30, but you focus on the idea that I just need one good speed roll. And the trick here is that it's you thinking like, hey, I could run don't know, 1,000 dragon runs and still not get this amount of speed.
It's true.
Pack,
it's true.
You know?
Yeah.
So you kind of psychologically talk yourself into, well, you know what, let's just roll it up. And then they give you the freaking chaos ore too. So like I know I have 2 shots at the pieces, you know?
Yep.
But that is a losing. I don't care who you are, it doesn't matter. And that's why I stopped doing that entirely. Like, it's been a long time since I bought in packs, because there's always a guy buying 5 of every pack out there. You know, there's always someone whaling way harder than you are.
Yeah.
So if I buy 2 packs, heck, if I buy 5 packs, I know that tomorrow there's going to be another 5 packs and someone's going to buy every pack. You know, because even though I spend a lot in the game, especially historically, I know that I don't compare to the Uber spenders, the $1 million spenders. You know.
Yeah.
So it's a there's no end game, right? Like I'm swimming upstream, man.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. Yeah.
Beat the guy, you know. But so anyway, a long-winded way of saying I think that artifact sets are a trap for kind of end game players, because it's all about you talk yourself into min-maxing and making that dungeon comparison.
Good. Okay. Yeah. No, for sure. I heard this energy spend into dungeons. Like you won't get as many, legendary gears, 6-piece gears, 6-star gears. So, but I can totally see how people would be like, oh, I'm not going to spend like hours farming dragon. I'm just going to buy these packs, and then I'll just I'll just roll 6 of them. But yeah, I see it. Like I have a cruel set right now, and it would take me literal years to get these pieces. Like I cannot get like 5 packs of 6, pieces of 6-star legendary cruel gear. Right. But this is a good deal. Like when you think about it, it's like, man, how long do I have to farm clan boss to get these? Right. But I mean, it totally makes sense why people would go for these packs. But anyways, thank you so much for being here. I know I'm going to take up too much of your time. Quick comment.
I love chatting great with you, dude. I learned so much more from you than you could ever learn from me, just because of your approach. And I said this on my channel too, but I really respect, I keep saying meticulous, but I don't know if that's the right word, but the meticulous level of understanding and comprehension and strategy that you provide around everything. It could be a fusion or an event or a whatever, because the way that you play the game, you have to see it through that lens, which really optimizes the value that you bring to your viewers. So I love your channel, man, and I'm just thrilled to be here, even though it's talking about how to spend money very, very apropos.
No, awesome. Thank you so much, Ash. Quick last comment here. Forge Pass, what do you think?
Forge Pass.
Must buy?
I only do it for Righteous, personally. Oh. Well, no, my bad. I do it all the time. I love Righteous gear, bolster gear. Slayer maybe sometimes, but I think that generally it's pretty good value, again, because of the juicy speed lifts, man. Yeah, I agree. I think Forge Pass is one of the better lower spend deals for people to spend. It's a really good. I'm glad you mentioned that, because you're absolutely right. Okay. Pretty dang good rewards there. Awesome. Okay, Ash, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your time as always. I know you're a busy man. Thank you so much again. And any last words for everybody here watching? Nah, man. Just keep up the great work, and thanks for having me on. Appreciate you so much. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.